What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So, you guys already know I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forever. 20 years in the making. And in them 20 years, I learned a lot of tips and tricks to help you guys become better players. And on top of that, I'm making this video dedicated to newer players in this game. I got the video I did from a subscriber of mine. So, I left a video. I think I'm on one of the most recent videos saying, hey, Chris, can you do a video on transitioning from an online player to an IRL player? So, I guess this is somebody who probably used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day, got back into it online via Master Duel, and want to try his hand at playing real life. So, this is the perfect video for you and for you veterans out there who may not be or who may not need the tips rather. You can learn something from this video as well because, like I said, I got a lot of experience and I see a lot of stuff that I know veterans do that I just be like, bro, what are you doing? So, you're starting Yu-Gi-Oh, going from online and then playing in real life. So this video, we're talking about a new player guide to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. First and foremost, congratulations on being a competitive player and taking your chance at going to locals. That's a big step for a lot of people because unlike me, a lot of you guys never been to a Yu-Gi-Oh locals. You come online, you see all the negativity about the game, about people cheating, things like that, how scummy people are, how stinking card shops can be with smelly players, things like that. That's just life in general. The nerd community get a bad rep for being smelly, but if I'm being honest and transparent right now, bro, have you guys been to bars? Have you guys been to places in general in the public? Most people in this world have bad hygiene. Now, it's a little turned up a little bit at a car shop because you're in an enclosed space where you could smell people, but for the most part, it's not as bad as it was, I want to say 10 years ago, but you might have one or two guys who just are bad hygiene and things like that. And you're going to get that in any space you've been to. Like, I've worked in places where people had horrible hygiene. It's the reason why a lot of corporate jobs and companies say, hey, come to work, smell properly, take care of yourself. But anyway, to the main topic of the video, I don't want to rant too much on that topic. Learn the meta. So when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! From online into real life, learn the meta. A lot of you guys might do what I did back when I was 12 years old. Go to locals with your pet deck and try to compete. And by all means, have fun doing that. Your pet deck might just be a Raizu or a Malice or something like that. Or even Blue Eyes even. But you still have to learn the meta because even if you pick up Blue Eyes, learn the combos, you bought a spreadsheet, whatever you want to do to play the deck, if you don't know what Raizu do, you don't know what Malice do, or whatever meta deck that is coming into the play at the time you guys watch this video, you're gonna get smoked. Especially if you're running a pet deck or out-of-date deck at the time that you go into the tournament, people probably already have an idea what your deck does. So by learning the meta game, you're gonna be fine. For example, when I go to locals now, before I play in big events, I study the metagame my ass off like I'm studying for a history paper. If you guys know anything about going to school, history papers can be a little annoying for a lot of people because people don't like to write things and things like that. You gotta research and comprehend what you read. Same thing applies to Yu-Gi-Oh! You not only gotta learn these decks, you gotta comprehend what they do, and you also gotta comprehend how your deck plays against those decks. So while you guys are doing all that, that's gonna help you guys become better players. The next thing I want to talk about, abuse the free resources. So free resources being YouTube videos, tutorials. There's a big movement online right now where people are giving out free spreadsheets, and some people who also have spreadsheets for pay. Apparently, it's on Reddit. Don't quote me on that, but apparently you guys type in X YouTuber spreadsheet, go on Reddit, and then you'll find it. So that's some free game for you guys. On top of that, a lot of people just have free combo tutorials online via YouTube. So what I tell a lot of people to do at the local card shop who just got back in the game, who may not have played in a long time, is go to things like Dueling Book, go to Yugioh Pro. Whatever simulator you use, as long as it has a solo mode where you can practice your combos, super convenient. Now, if you're an old school player like myself, you may want to field the cards, draw your hand, and play it out physically. That's perfectly fine too if that works for you. But convenience, laziness, I'm very lazy by the way. You can just go online to duelingbook.com. It's a best free platform. Go to solo mode, and in my opinion, it's just as good as drawing 5 and playing your combo. And that way you can go ahead and get familiar with what you're doing. And after that, go into the rank mode and test your might, as they said in the Mortal Kombat games from back in the day. Try to get up in the rank. I think if you guys can get up to at least 500 to 600 rank on Dueling Book, you'll be fairly decent by the time you go to locals because you'll be kind of familiar with the metagame. You will know a lot of the rogue matchups. You'll know a lot of the meta matchups. and you'll get in tune with how to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. So I think abusing the free resources is really good, and it's so underrated. A lot of people do not take advantage of the free resources. Also, create a staples binder. Bro, this is something a lot of players have not done, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. Now, once again, a lot of people have financial issues. I get it. We all go through hard times. Trust me, I'm one who knows about this firsthand. However, if you're gonna be playing a hobby competitively, no matter if it's Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade, Digimon, whatever you're doing, you have to have a staples section, binder, whatever. Now, my staples binder currently includes my hero deck, my Yubel deck, alongside staples like Droplet, Cosmic Cyclones, and cards I think that are really cool, like Dragon's Mind, for example, even though I'm already main deck and two on my side deck, different things like that. So that way, the reason why you want to create this binder is a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players, they'll buy a card, buy a deck, play it for a specific deck. Their deck may come out of the format, become a bad deck, and they'll sell everything and end up buying it back later. Did you guys just hear what I said? They will sell everything and buy the same shit back later. I've literally seen people sell off their Fiendsmith engine. Smart, which is smart because we all thought the shit was gonna get hit, let's be real. However, they bought it all back. I didn't understand it because once again, even after they found out the stuff wasn't gonna get hit, this is different people, by the way. They still sold it and bought it back again, and for less values. And I see this all the time with different techs, decks, archetypes. Like people will sell there for Walloses, they're more Charmies, then buy it back in. I'm like, bro, why did you do that? You have a job. You ain't hurting for money that bad. A lot of people have their financial priorities effed up, which is why they do this to help pay their bills, but they end up nagging in the long run. So truth be told, you really want to get to the root of the issue. Fix your financial problem before you get into a card game. After you fix your financial problem before you get into a card game, have a staples binder so that way you don't have to always rush and pressure yourself into buying new cards. I've done this multiple times. I'll give you an example. I got my playset evenly matched right now, sitting in my binder, even though I haven't used it in a while. I had a different playset at one point of the OG evenly matches. Now, I'm not a rarity hoard and things like that. I sold evenly matched back in the day. I'm like, I never need this card again. Guess what happened? Literally a few months later, evenly matched came good in the metagame again, and I needed evenly matched, and I didn't have it. So that's what I had to do. Go get it again. Now, granted, for me, they got reprinted, but it wasn't even the fact that they got reprinted and I can get it at a slightly cheaper rate than what I sold it for. It's the principle and energy I had to use to go out searching for them again. That is the most frustrating thing to do in the world, especially nowadays in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Because if a lot of you guys are like me, you guys may have played when you were younger, quit, and came back later as an adults. People don't really trade like that anymore. Every once in a while, when a new set drop, people do trade at the card shop, things like that. But trading really don't go on. There's really a lot of buying and selling. And even then, a lot of your players at the card shops who do sell, who are good at what they do, like the people I know personally, they sell out quick. So you will find yourself in an instance, especially a lot of you guys in smaller areas, buying stuff or trying to pick up stuff and no one has it, and then you try to buy it online and you got to pay the premium price and wait for shipping. And if you have a thing like a YCS coming up, that's going to frustrate the hell out of you. Another great thing about a staples binder as well that helps you out, you don't have to dig through your bulk for everything. I have a lot of good stuff in my bulk till this day that I got to look through that I didn't put in my staples binder because I literally just forgot to put it in there. But having a staples binder help you find cards quicker. So if you're like me, you're a procrastinator, you're getting ready for locals, you ate your dinner, you're like, damn, I need to add this new tech card to my deck real quick. Go right to your staples binder and grab it and you're fine. Versus have to wasting your time digging through your bulk for about an hour to find one card that you may or may not have. Now, outside of the staples binder, man, go to locals. Now, a lot of people like to go online and go from online straight to a YCS, and that's cool and all. I like to go to locals personally because it's fun. We're social creatures, we're human beings. I like to interact with people at locals. You make new friends that way. And honestly, you get the IRL tournament experience that translates over to YCS, and regionals and things like that. Now, a lot of people disagree with this. They think locals is a waste of time, and I can understand from a standpoint of you can develop bad habits at locals, bad players. The playtesting ain't that good, but I'd argue that even if the playtesting is not that good, if you're that one guy that's winning, Or if you guys are all around the same level and you get better than everybody and they're winning, that's going to motivate everybody else to get better. And eventually, the entire locals is going to go from a casual shop to a semi-competitive shop to a competitive shop. And you guys are all growing from each other. Iron is going to sharpen iron. I truly believe in that. I've watched locals near me go from semi-casual to heavily competitive. Trust me, I know this for a fact. So, let's go to locals, have fun, meet people, and that way you can probably find you a quick ride to regionals and things like that. This is what I used to do back in the day before I had a car. I literally used to meet people at locals, get cool with them. Hey man, you going to regionals this week? Yeah, I'm going. Can I hit your ride with you? I can get you like $20. Cool. Give them some money for gas money. Now you got a free ride to regionals, and you don't have to drive. Outside of going to locals, because that's more things I can talk about, but I don't want to go too in depth. For one, I got a headache, but for two, I didn't want this video to be super long. Play one deck per format, especially if you're a new player to competitive scene. Reason why I say this is because a lot of people pick up decks. This is also for veterans too. If you're a working person and you don't have enough time to learn a lot of things and you're not going to pick up and learn things like that, find a good deck you already know and play that for the format. Now, there's some pros and cons to this. Pros is you master that deck, you know the archetype ins and out, you know the matchups, bad matchups in and out. But for two, that's a pro. But the con is you don't learn the other meta decks. And I ain't gonna lie, if you know, or rather, if you play test other meta decks and your deck, and then you can pick out which deck you like and go from there, you'll be overall better than most people who just play one deck. But on the flip side is you know everything, but you didn't master them all. But if you mastered the one deck, you're good. You'll be a lot more confident going to a regionals and a big event. A lot of players I see locally, and people who I'm pretty sure who don't do this locally, they'll switch up the deck last minute and get destroyed at whatever tournament they go to. But if they were to stay with their deck that they learned per the format, they would have been really good. But once again, once you've already accomplished enough in the format, like topped an event, topped the regionals, ain't nothing wrong with experimenting for a tournament just to have some fun. But if you're really just trying to get better at the game, I think sticking to one deck is better, and that's good, something good for most people to do because a lot of us have lives. We're not like the younger guys who can learn multiple decks. We have jobs, we have kids, and we're all getting older. We're not getting younger. So I think sticking to one deck in the long run is better for most people. So, with all that being said, post your thoughts about this video, comment section down below, like the video if you never want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. We're almost at 23K subs. And I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing to me. It's your boy Rogue, and I'm signing out. Peace. We'll see you guys in the next video.